Hello, everyone. Good morning from my end and happy, thankful, thriving Thursday. Thank you guys so much again for being here. I see Diblina Sinha is here and Sir Damandra Raval. Thank you guys so much for being here today. I highly appreciate you. And my appreciation also goes to those that are presently watching on Facebook. Either way, I highly appreciate you guys. And for those that are going to be watching later on, I appreciate you as well. So the least you can do to support one global movement is to like, put the big thumbs up, share, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so that you don't miss out on new content or for when we go live, just like now. And when you do that, you're not helping one global movement only, you're helping children, because one global movement is building hopes and dreams for women, children, and young people worldwide. I see Nancy is here and the managing director is here as well. Thank you guys so much. Today, I am going to be leaving a little bit ahead of time. Nancy, if you can join me on the panel so that you can then carry out the concluding discussion or remarks, and then I can go because my mom has an appointment that it has to be on time. So please, around 5 to 10 minutes at the top of the hour, I will have to go. And my son, he's doing some work in the yard. He will come and check to see if everything is done, and then he can turn it off. So thank you guys so much again for being here. And we want to thank Almighty God for giving us this new day. Every day, the beginning of every day is an opportunity for a fresh beginning, for a new start. And we are lucky to be breathing on this day. So let us take advantage of it and do whatever we can do to the best of our ability. So thank you guys so much. Thank you, John, so much for what you're doing. Thank you, Nancy. Thank you, Mr. Damandra Ravat. Thank you, Deblina, and all the rest. And those on Facebook, I might not see your names, but I know that you are doing a lot of work on Facebook as well. So I appreciate all of you. So don't forget, and I know that John Barilla and Nancy, they're going to be reminding you to put the big thumbs up and share, subscribe, and do whatever it takes so that we can continue to help these kids to move forward. So, and maybe Esther might be coming towards the end as well, but Sister Yvonne Finn is not going to be here today. She has some things that she needs to focus on as well. So thank you so much. Now, we're going to play Bob Marley as usual. And then those that will be here can then play our international anthem. Those that are going to be here at the end. So it's going to come pretty soon here. So let's wait a little bit. Let me see. Oh, no, I didn't go the right way. I think I didn't go the right way. Let me go the right way here. Share screen. That's share. And oh, I messed up. Okay, we'll leave it that way. Yes. Let us get together and feel all right. Let us give thanks to God and come together and feel all right. We have to believe in our own, just like he's singing. I love Bob Marley a lot because he's one of those that was fighting for women and children, the downtrodden, and the oppressed and the abused in the war. And he's gone, and he was only 26, and he's gone, but his legacy lives on because this is timeless. It's all about people. It's just like Mr. Ashmufara centered on people because our first form of wealth is human wealth, human resources, which is human beings. There is nothing in this life that you can do and be truly successful when you don't place human being at the center of it. It will not succeed if human beings are not placed at the center of what we are doing, which is what Mr. Ashmufara is doing, building these artificial intelligent product organically, authentically, taking his time to do it so that they will be able to serve all of humanity, especially the future, who are our children. Because if the children are really loved and educated and really teach them how to look for their own identity, to fetch for themselves, to do their own things, then they are building a future that we all are included, parents, grandparents, which is a win-win. So we are here for that purpose. One global movement is born out of, let me see, Esther is calling. I won't even be able to answer now, but let us just continue. I'm the only one here. So Esther is calling me. Hopefully she will be on here. So other than that, we are going to dive in. Like I said, I'm going to leave a little early, like 5 to 10 minutes before time because of my mom's appointment that she must not miss. So thank you guys so much for being here again. I see we are popping in and I see a lot of people watching on Facebook. Thank you guys so much. So today is Thursday, July 25th. We are in the series O-CADEMY Revolution Part 174. We just keep going up higher and higher. And we want to do this well because one global movement is going to be working alongside the children. And these children are going to be junior and senior ambassadors. And we want to make sure that we treat these ambassadorship very well from the beginning to the end, and doing it in little quantities so that we can understand, even though we're going to come back to it again. But this is what they're going to be doing. And a lot of them are already doing so without knowing, because of the way that we raised them, because of their upbringing. They're already doing it without knowing. But now that they'll be given the mandates, they will do it even better. And this will help them a lot. Not just one global movement, but it's helping them a lot in their education, in their careers, in their own self-worth, and how to identify themselves, how to search for their personal identity, not the identity of others. This is so important because a lot of our kids are down on themselves because of their upbringing, maybe, or maybe because the parents or caregiver don't know what to do. And because we are determined to learn and to also add on top of what we already know as taught by our parents and grandparents, we want to make sure that these children are being raised well around the world. And keep in mind that there are some children that have never been told, I love you. They've never been given a hug. And therefore, we are here because sometimes the parents are not there, maybe because of an illness or death or something, or because of a situation of war. Those kids, there is nobody there for them, and we have to be there for them because a lot of kids are so traumatized in the world. You can believe that governments can afford money to fight wars, but they cannot afford to feed children. That is very, very ironical. They cannot afford to love and to feed children, but they can afford to go to war. And that to me is mind-boggling. I seem to not ever want to understand why. Oh my God, Sister Yvonne is here. Thank you so much, sister.
You're welcome. I just heard what you said about being there alone, so I thought I'd just pop in for a little while and see how I can help.
Yes, thank you. Thank you. And I will leave early, but I've also asked Al to come and check to see if it's over and then he can turn it off.
Well, yeah, we'll
Yes.
talk about that. Go ahead, please.
Right, so thank you. And yes, the focus, like we say, is on women and children because the woman is the center of the home. Everything revolves around the woman. And children in particular, even you as adult, even me, we always say, mama, mama, mama. And so we want to make sure that we can help how best we can, especially using these artificial intelligence products from Unpassive when they will come, and we were already using one, but they want to make it better, and we're going to continue to do so. That's why we choose O Bless and O-CADEMY, even though the others like O Play, O Create are very important. All are important, even O Connect, because O Connect is the ultimate platform that we're going to be using to really reach out to these children, and then later on we can go physical. But physical is very important. Like since I would always say, we strike a balance. We must come to a balance. Everything has to be done in a balance and with a balance. Otherwise, it doesn't work. So, how are you all doing? I always like to know how you guys are doing because health is very, very important. I know that I'm doing well, but I have a lot to do today. But I also had my steps for smiles this morning, and I met with one lady with music and a baby. And the baby was just so comfortable and just jogging, and the music was playing music with love. I love that, and she was really loud and so happy and smiling. I really love that. So that's what we need to do with ourselves and our children. So that was so important to me. So we are again in the Old Blessed Academy Revolution, part 174, article number 7. What is collaboration as a function of a child ambassador? We want to be able to understand these things well because we want our children to be safe. We want our children to embrace value. Value should be given to them. We want them to be very, very confident. We want them to be all included. We want them to have choices. All of these things are the things that make children grow well, psychologically, emotionally, academically, whatever. These things we need to, because there is no reason taking this knowledge with us to our graves when we cannot help these children. Children are really going through a lot. We need
Mm-hmm.
to stand up for them. We need to create the awareness and share it so that institutions, government institutions, churches, businesses, organizations should place emphasis on loving, nurturing, and educating children, feeding them rather than spending money on senseless wars that don't help on anything. And those who end up to suffer are still these women and children. And we are here to do that because we all were children too. And the children are being born every day. So it is our sole responsibility to do so, not just because we want to do it for our own, we want to do it for every child. And Unpassive was built upon the foundation of that very principle. And we are so happy that we are taking part in that. So thank you, and thank God, and thanks to Mr. Ashmo Farah. So now we like our quotes. In collaboration, we find the power to transform challenges into triumphs as each unique voice contributes to the harmony of progress. Very, very important. When we collaborate, we turn the I, or me into we, magnifying our impact and creating a legacy of unity and achievement. That is very, very important. Collaboration, it's one of the very important aspects and principles of a child ambassador of One Global Movement. So true collaboration is the art. It is an art. True collaboration is the art of blending diverse talents, creating a masterpiece of innovation and shared purpose, which is what we are doing here, sharing our purposes. You share what you're all about, and I share what we are all about. In this sharing, children will find their own identity in us because we are responsible for them. A child can only behave and know and say and do what we are teaching them. And so if a child is going the other way around, we don't blame them. But of course, in every role, there is an exception. But it's still in that case, if we are really raising these children with love, things will fall back in place, regardless of who and what that child is. This is very, very important. So collaboration is the bridge. It's a bridge that connects individuals, children, mothers, women, connects individuals' potential to collective greatness. Little by little, you bring your own little, I bring my own little. It becomes this huge, humongous collective greatness where every step forward is a step together. Our CEO says nobody is going to be left behind. And that's why he's really taking the time, because he could have been at the beach every day or somewhere on the mountain or doing something with his money because he already has the money. But he chose to be sure that every humanity is uplifted. We played that short video. You heard him. Why would I hoard all this money into their bank account? Why? Remember, life is too short. We don't have any time to be hoarding money and then the next day you are no more. What becomes of that money? Okay? And the authorities that be will take that money and they might not even reach the children and women that we want to reach. So we want to make sure that we do that. So together, ladies and gentlemen, together, in collaboration, we become architects of hope, builders of dreams, and pioneers of a brighter future. And the future is our children and all of us. So what does collaboration really means? In your own word, begin to put your own meaning of collaboration. Collaboration, mind you, it takes different meaning depending on your purpose in life, depending on where you come from, depending on your family, your orientation, your upbringing. But more so, there is the collaboration that comes from Almighty God. That one, there is no question about that. Then we can now take it into our different endeavors and do the best that we can do with it. So begin to write your answers there. So collaboration is the process of two or more people or organizations working together to achieve a common goal or complete a task. You see how kids collaborate in school to build a project? Collaboration. You see how mommy and daddy come together to set principles on how their family can be raised, how they can raise their children. That's collaboration. That is why collaboration is very important, because we don't want to encourage families or a mother or a father taking decisions single-handedly without discussion with the wife or the husband and the children. Because if you're doing things that are good, the children should be present. But certain things, depending on their age and their understanding, mommy and daddy have to discuss it first, of course. They collaborate in that regard and then bring it to the children. So collaboration is very, very important. Very, very important. So working together to achieve a common goal or complete a task. And look at what we are doing here. This is collaboration. We are already doing it without knowing. These cooperative efforts involve sharing our knowledge, learning from one another, and combining different skills and resources to produce a more effective and efficient outcome than it could have been envisioned. So this is what we are doing here. And this is why Mr. Ashmufara brought us together so that we can do these things. Because he says, I can't do this by myself. So he brought us together so we can do this, and let us continue to support him and put our hands together, because you cannot do anything without putting your hands together to the one that created us. We cannot do it. And to do so, it will be failing ourselves and these children that we're trying to help. So key aspect of collaboration includes a lot of things such as communication, mutual respect, trust, and a shared vision. So what are the qualities of a collaborative child ambassador of one global movement? To be an effective child ambassador of one global movement, a child ambassador has so many things to play. To be very effective, they have to know how to collaborate well in speech, in verbal and non-verbal language, even in their dressing, in their way, the way they eat, the way they carry themselves around. It is very important. A child should possess the following criteria: strong communication skills. We had talked about that before. And then we talk about empathy and compassion. These two words are very, very important in everything that we do in life. Empathy and compassion. It is not a one size fits all. Empathy means you want to be able to put yourself in the shoe of another person, or put your feet to wear the shoe of another person, or to experience what another person is experiencing. So you don't patch hasty judgment, or you don't look down on another person without fully understanding why they are behaving the way that they are behaving. And this also calls for understanding our history, understanding some of the things that have happened in the past, but not to stay in that past, but to learn from there, to know how you can bring solutions to these problems. This is very, very important. And this is what a lot of the world has failed to do. They're just looking into the face of money, into the face of power, greed, and all those things, without truly going to the root cause of things. And when you go to the root cause of things, the tendency is that you yourself, you will be so happy with your life, you will be healthy, and you will be progressive. That means you're doing things authentically. Compassion. You want to be able to really feel for somebody. When somebody says, I am hungry, a child says, I'm hungry, that I have not eaten, or I've eaten just once. You want to pay attention. Or you are going to somewhere out of your home. You see a child just walking like they are sick. You don't know if that child is hungry, or maybe they are sick. You want to be able to find a way, but make sure that you are being guided by the rules of your city before you do that, because the world, some bad apples have infiltrated all our communities, and therefore it looks like everybody now is bad, but we still have billions of good people out there that are willing to do good. So you find a way. There's always a way. You can just call the police. The police are there to shelter people, even though there are some bad apples among the police system as well. But you know, when you call them concerning a child, or the child protection, which I have all those numbers, they will be apt to come and find out what we can do. And you yourself, you're there to make sure that the right thing is being done, because some of those authorities, they're just there for a job. They're not there because they love those children, or they're just there to do what they can do to get by, to get a job, or to get money. And that kind of money doesn't last, and people don't get happy with that. So we want to be able to do that. And we also have to leadership qualities. What are the leadership qualities that these children ambassadors must have? Leadership entails that you focus on humans. You focus on humans, and really focusing on those that they're in need of the basic human rights or basic human necessities, such as food. When you talk about food, you're talking about water, such as shelter, and you're talking about oxygen, good air. You're talking about good clothing, because there are some kids that don't even have the appropriate clothes for the appropriate weather. You see that? Winter. You can go buy a coat from the store and you take it to a school. And because you can go to a school and you will realize that some kids come to school without the appropriate winter jacket. What do? Now you donate to the school, or you spot a child and you try to be a sponsor to that child. And you let the school authorities know, and then the parents will also know. You can do it. We can do this. And or you go to a store like me. They used to say it's an addiction, but it's not, because when I see something good, I just buy it. I have shoes, I have socks. Some of them are brand new because I went there. These things were on maybe clearance or on sale, as opposed to when I was going to buy them just from the store when it's not on sale. I just gather them all because I've been shipping those things to various parts of the world for the longest time. And so I always do that. So when we do that, you are really you're having those good qualities of a child ambassador. In the case of children, what do? You can do it in school. You can do it at your job. You can do it in the community. Because why? You can share your pens and pencils and your crayons with others. You can share your food with those children that are not eating well because their parents could not afford to pay for their meals. You can do that. You can bring this home and let us know. And you can bring it to one global movement as well, that I have spotted people in my school because you are one global movement child ambassador. This is what is going on. Then we can also come there and try to intervene for the best that we can for the safety and for the well-being of that child. That is very, very important. We talk about cultural awareness. Very, very important. Cultural awareness is linked to identity. It is linked to way of life. It is linked to the style, the way of life of people of different regions of the world, without us infiltrating their culture, trying to impose a culture that is not their own, because that is killing. If you try to impose on children or on anybody something that is not their own, then what you're doing is you're not helping that person. You're not helping at all. So it is so important. Respect for diverse background is so paramount. And culture, very paramount. Don't look at somebody just because they're not behaving like you. Be like, you start condemning them and then you start stigmatizing them. This is what has been going on, and it is ruining the world. We have to be openness to learning about different perspectives and practices. Remember, I said pretty soon I'll be speaking different languages of the world. It is so important. And when I'm going to be visiting, because I'll visit all the countries in the world, I am going to make sure that I learn the most important phrases of every culture before I go, such as say hello, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, I'm hungry, can I have some water please? Or thank you. Like the one that has stuck with me from South Korea is kamsamida. Kamsamida. That is so important. And gratitude is number one. So that is very, very important. We look at these things as simple. You're looking for wealth. You want to build, you want to prosper. Prosperity starts right with this simple thing, because these are the simple things that build the foundation for that prosperity. And it's so important to do those things. We talk about responsibility and reliability. You got to be responsible. Children ambassadors, you got to be responsible and reliable. Because when I go this way, I realize that, Sister Yvonne Finn, she's a child ambassador. She passed this way. I should be able to know that she passed this way, because she's going to leave traces of who she are, how responsible she are, how reliable and dependable she is. Then now I will know. And then if somebody wants to say something different, I'll say, maybe you may want to check that out again. Maybe you did not really understand maybe it's a different Yvonne or so. So those are the kind of things that we are talking about, and they are very, very simple. You hear us here, she talks a lot about striking a balance. That is such an important phrase that a lot of us we've not been doing. We don't do, or we do it today, we don't do it tomorrow. It has to be on a continuum. Very, very important. And then we talk about positive attitude. Remember, your attitude is your altitude. How you have good behavior That is how high you can go. Not just high in money, high in terms of happiness, in terms of your health. And then the dollars would just be falling like rain, you know? So it's so important that we keep that in mind. Optimism and enthusiasm in facing challenges. That's a kind of attitude. When you're faced with challenges, are you going to be the one that is going to start yelling and calling names and be cursing people, or you're going to be the one that is going to recollect yourself, calm down, and don't even speak right at the moment, and you can even just say, okay, let me understand this, and then I can come back to you. I am trying that every day myself, but sometimes, when you are with children, sometimes they can make you to yell, to scream. And children, we have to understand their psychology. They say they're going to do this, but pretty soon another thing flashes in their mind. They are focusing on that thing that it's coming from them. But if we as parents don't understand that, we turn to yell. And I'm guilty. Sometimes I do, So, but we have to come back to that place of peace and tranquility, discussing things with love. And we talk about teamwork and collaboration. Always, always, always. Problem solving skills. We have talked about those things. Passion and commitment is very, very important. What do you love? What were you born with? What do you like to do? What do you watch your children wanting to do? We need to start watching our children right from day one. What? Because these children will start really nurturing what God has given them, depending on the way that we are raising them. Now you start watching them from day one. You're reading a book. If they open their eyes so wide, they're enjoying what you're reading. Because by psychology, you should be reading things that are appropriate to their age. And that's how they understand. And then and then when they start crawling, what do they gravitate towards? Do they like to scribble on papers? Do they pick the book and come and give it to you to come and read it to them before they go to bed? What do they love to do? Are they those that like to put together puzzles? Then you start beginning to envision an engineer right there. You might not know the specific kind. You begin to know it takes, and then you invest more than 80% of your resources, human, monetary resources, on your children. These children will come out very good. They used to mock me. Oh, you're always spending money on these children, your son's toys, this and that. I never bought any baby gun. You need to buy educational toy. Build an environment that when the child turns like you will see, even the cereal that you buy, there is healthy cereal for children that is lettered, numbered. You buy those kind, because when the child is eating, they're eating education. When they take a scoop of cereal, they're eating the numbers. They're going to be smart in mathematics. When they're putting the cereal, they're going to be reading before time. And it is true, because these are absolutes. You are doing things in practical terms. This is very, very important. And then we already talked about passion and commitment, adaptability, and flexibility. So encouraging and nurturing these qualities in children ambassadors can help them to collaborate effectively and make a meaningful impact in their life. So collaboration, it also has to deal with advocacy and awareness. Advocacy and awareness. What are you advocating for? The child that is being bullied, your fellow classmate and sometimes bullying is not just by word of mouth, body language. Some of us parents can bully our children with just the body language. But if we want to do that, like sometimes silence is golden. But let us do it in such a way that it's not like we are hating the child, but we are loving that child. Because sometimes to be silent, it's very good. But don't be silent and go to bed with something that you have not resolved. Like the Bible says, don't let the sun set down when you have an issue without resolving it. And this thing, we got to do them intentionally. Really intentionally, not just doing them. We have to do them intentionally, because that is what it takes to raise children. You raise children with intentionality, with determination, and with focus. You got to, when you do that, you'll be so happy with yourself. You will look at your own child. You'll be so happy. You'll be so proud. And this is how these children grow, knowing that, you know what? I am smart. I have greatness within me. There is nothing that I cannot do, because you built that foundation. They see it from you. And then we talk about about community engagement. Very important. We are here now in a community, virtual community, but we can also do that, and we are going to do it in person. Building networks, connecting with other children, with groups, youth groups. One Global Movement is right now also connecting with other groups, and we have to pay our dues. When they say subscribe, it's a good thing to subscribe, because when you subscribe, you pay say $50 or so. You are also helping that organization, connecting with them, because like One Global Movement, now it is being so intense, but it's still a virgin. And therefore, we have to collaborate with these organizations that have already been there, because I'm sure they have children ambassadors. We collaborate with them so that we can also learn from them. And we're also going to belong to a nonprofit organization here in Minnesota, so that I can sit there and learn and be in class with people that have been doing it for 10, 20, 30 years or more. So we learn and to do our own well. And leadership initiative, we leading by example. You're not just leading, say, hey, look at me. I am Yvonne Mundih. I am this. Or look at me, I'm Yvonne Finn. I am a leader here. You have to listen to me. No, leadership with example. Actually, not even saying who you are. Not even saying who you are, but people will know who you are through your own innate, intuitive, and good actions. That is how they will know who you are. Not telling people who you are, because when you tell, a lot of time when you tell people who you are exposing yourself. You are the kind that is wants power. You want attention to be focused on you, me, instead of we. So we don't want that. We don't want that for our children ambassadors. So demonstrating positive behaviors and attitudes that inspire others. Somebody will just look at you and say, oh, I want to be like Esther. I want to be like Sister Yvonne Finn. I want to be like Nancy. I want to be like John Barilla. That is the kind of thing. Instead of, we know that we have in Unpassive a lot of people who want to say me. Those are the people that they need to build their self-esteem and self-worth, because attention shouldn't be focusing on them. Or people that say, oh, I can't wait for those apples to come. I will be at my beach, this and this. We don't need to talk like that. We don't need to. Let people see what you are doing, living it by example. That is a true leader. Mr. Ash Mufara is leading by example. We are sitting here, we are waiting for apples, but he is building his own legacy. He's doing what God has put in him to do by also helping us. And so let us also take advantage of this and begin to do our own things, because whether it takes a minute or two, whether it takes a year or two, Mr. Ash Mufara is here and is here for the future. And that is why I am going to get glued. I'm already glued, and nothing can scrape me away, because I know that this is going to help me to reach every child and every mother in the world. We talk about collaboration with stakeholders. We talked about that a little bit before. We partner with them, working with schools, all schools, working with local governments, making our voices heard, speaking from the White House so that they know what we are doing. And then we go into churches, we go into businesses, the banks. I am going to be going there. They're going to know that there's some nosy woman here about children, because that's exactly what I'm going to be doing. So we have to do that. And then other NGOs, like we said before, collaborate with them and also contribute to what they are doing, because that is how you collaborate with people. You don't just collaborate. Sometimes you could ask for volunteerism. You go and volunteer for them so they can help people better. And then all kinds of things, even with neighbors. Say what you're doing. Sometimes you can put, because in the future, when everything, the legal aspect is all complete, I am going to be putting a sign right here in front of my home, so they know what I'm doing. One Global Movement Garden, they're going to see those signs there. They will know. And so, because if we don't do like that, we will not be able to get to these people, and they will not know what we are doing. Because a lot of time people go hungry, because they don't have the information where they can go and get food. They get sick. They don't know that because I don't have a health insurance. There are other places that can help. Those places are always there, but we have to be looking for all of these resources, and so that we can, and in every country, because it's easy. with the technology today, we can look for resources, good resources for these women and children. So we talk about skill development already. We talk about global perspective. Global perspective, we must always say, because we are global. We are one global movement. Cultural exchange. One global movement will come to the point where they will interchange students. You will go to this country so that you can also experience that. Others will come to this country. So, and we will do that through divine intervention when we have something like a sanctorium to make sure that these children, they know they are safe wherever they go, they are accepted, they are respected, that they can share without having to be afraid that, oh, let me not do this, I don't belong here. No, you belong everywhere. You were created by Almighty God. You belong everywhere. Nobody should tell you otherwise, but we want to make sure that you're safe. You can't just go anywhere without one global movement making sure that you're safe. And most often, we're going to be doing it together alongside with you anyway, except some of the things that, having said that, I forgot to say something. We need these young people that can help us online. Please, if you cannot come on the stage here, we need young people to help us online, like with all this platform, TikTok and all those things. Help us with one global movement material. We can write those materials. All you need to do is to post it, and as you go along, you can begin to let other young people know what you're doing for one global movement, and we want to make sure that you are safe. We create online your online platform. If it's not already safe, people are coming there to post things that are not okay. We want to make sure, because we have one of us that is helping, Ngwe is helping. She knows how to stop all those things from coming to people's website, like she did for our One Global Movement Facebook group. So we can do that. All is making sure, because if you're not safe, you can do anything. If I'm not safe, I cannot do anything. So we want to make sure that our children are so safe. So engaging with children from different backgrounds to promote cultural understanding and global citizenship. Global citizenship is what this One Global Movement ambassadors are going to be doing. And so the governments and leaders and head of states, they will need to know that these, because you are the face of One Global Movement, they will know that this is a role model. This is true leadership because of the way that you do things. Sometimes you sacrifice for others. You say, you know what? I ate this morning, but this other child didn't eat since in the morning, and they don't even know where the next meal is going to come from. You know what? I am going to sacrifice one of my meals. You're not going to die. You can eat your fruit, you can eat veggies, and then you sacrifice. But I'm not saying sacrifice unless you know that you've eaten, okay? Because charity begins at home. If you don't help yourself well, there is no need to pretend to come here that you're helping One Global Movement. And if I don't help myself well, because sometimes I ask myself, I don't know where I get this energy, because this is what I love to do, but I have to eat. That's why you see me doing gardening, organically. So it's a good thing. So when you, like Mr. Ashmufara says, when you have these resources coming your way, empower yourself so well, pay off your debts, do other things so that you can step out, and then you will be able to help another person. Don't say I have to be higher than that person, because it's only God who determines how high you can go depending on your character. Because if you think, oh, I'm going to have $10 billion and the other person should have only one, guess what? God will turn it the other way around. So we shouldn't work with greed and power, right? And discrimination. We shouldn't do that. And so this is so important, participating in international forums. Imagine a child ambassador of One Global Movement. I think about my son who participated in a writers' conference when he was in only grade 3. He dressed up in suits, they dressed him, and he stand there with a file. I'm like, what is a child doing among these grandfathers and stuff like this? But he was there representing the school, and he can be a good ambassador. A lot of our kids, they are good ambassadors already, because I have seen them. They're already doing it because of their upbringing, which is very good. So they will participate in forums and campaigns, even just holding the flag there, waving it where we are in, like, say, for instance, in the Mall of America, which we will go there in the future. That is something huge. That is very huge. And then to address global issues affecting children. What are the global issues affecting children? hunger, illiteracy, poverty, wars, discrimination, killings, all of those things. These are the social global issues that are affecting our children, and we must stand up to make sure that these children don't go through this. So, in essence, and I'm cutting this short, in essence, a child ambassador's role in collaboration is to act as a bridge between their peers, one global movement organization and others, and the broader community, advocating for their needs, leading initiatives, and fostering an environment of mutual respect and cooperation. That is very, very important. So I will leave it here. And if I disappear, I know that you guys are there. And I wish you guys the very best. And Sister Esther will be playing the our international anthem. Sister Esther, are you there?
She's put a. I'm sorry that this has to happen out here. It's not private because she's put a private message. She's very unwell. It looks like under the quilt, but
Oh,
she does. But the thing is, we should be striving to finish early because you have somewhere to go, and we
okay.
want people
Now
to.
you can
Yeah.
just do something and give the closing remarks so that I can go.
Okay. So I would
Yes.
just like to say collaboration is my third favorite word behind love and balance, but it's pretty much the same thing. Collaboration that is unbiased. When you come with an open mind and you really want to work something out, there is nothing sweeter than that. If we had been doing that in the very beginning, whether it's child ambassadors or diplomats or presidents, collaboration with an open heart, really meaning to understand the other person, it's going to be the thing that will save us and bring us to world peace. It's the only way we can do it.
Yes.
Come there really willing to understand the other person, as you said, walk in the other person's shoes, see why they think and do the way they do, and then you meet in the middle, because
Yes.
we're not going to be changing people's cultures, their upbringing, in a certain sense, their religion. That's not what we're after. We're after getting along on the important points, and this is what we're training the young ambassadors to do from the
Yes.
grassroots. If they learn that in school, even in play, no, it's your turn, now it's my turn, and so on and so forth. And then they grow up knowing that we're all equal. That's the
Yes.
identity problem. If we
Yes.
know that, when we know that, nobody is better than anybody. So if you have something, two of something, and you want to share it with somebody else, that is how it works.
Mhm.
This is what our Creator asks us to do here.
Yes.
And it's doable.
Yes.
There's enough resources to go around many, many, multiple times over. It's just distribution. And
Yes.
collaboration is how we will get there. That is
Yes.
my contribution,
Thank
sister.
you so much. That is so impactful. And thank you so much for that impactful piece. And ladies and gentlemen, thank you guys so much. If I don't call your name, I know Deblina was the first person here. Damanda,
Yeah.
Baba, Nancy Jody, our managing director, Abdul
Yes.
Sattar, Cecile Wire.
Yes.
And I would just keep our brother Levi Mama Bolo from the sunny Pretoria. And
Yes.
we have our sister Doma Lepka. You guys wrote some important things here. I will come
Yes.
back and read it for myself. And
Mhm.
we have Santosh Kumari. Thank you so much, MD Aludin. Thank you so much. Cheryl Best is here today. Thank you, thank you. Sanuja, my best name, is here today. Sanuja Momin, welcome and thank you. And we have Sanjo, our sister Sanjo is here. Thank you so much, sister. Of course, our sister Melanie Mukamugema is here today as well. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much for being here. Bablu Shaik, thank you so much. And I am just going down, 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 and to make sure that
Yeah, you're
I
doing well. You're not
get,
missing
yes,
anybody. You're good. You're good.
yes, yes. Okay, thank you so much for validating that. And then I think they're all our regulars. Thank you guys
Yes.
so much
Yes.
for being here. We have,
Yes.
oh my God, Cezanna
Yes.
from Croatia. Thank you
Yes.
so much, Cezanna. We miss you, but you're here anyway. We know that you're supporting us in spirit as well. Thank you so
Exactly.
much. And you need to focus on the things that matter to you and your home first. Thank you. Oh, Melanie Mukamugema is here. Melanie, what are you doing there? But thank you so much for contributing from there. We have Jagannath is here today. Thank you so Marie Jaws. Oh my goodness. It looks like all our regulars are here today. Esther, I'm sorry. If you're not feeling well, sister, I will call you later on, okay? And then we
Yes.
have Tosha Kanti. If you are new here, please subscribe and turn on the notification bell. We belong to a global family that is supporting women and children with a focus on young girls. Hamidur, thank you so much, Hamidur, for being among us here today. Sanjaya Kumar, thank you, thank you, thank you. Ashak Kumar, I highly appreciate all of you. Yusuf, thank you so much. Thank you, guy. Oh my goodness. Wow. This is a lot. Abdul, Sata, I said that before. Marcella, Rhonda, thank you,
Mm-hmm.
thank you, thank you. Come again. You guys
Yes.
come again. Let us create this global family for our children. And let me see. Okay, okay. Oh my goodness, Guyana is here. Hello,
Yes, he
Guyana.
is.
Thank you so much for being here. And I'm really sorry that I'm in a hurry. I need to take my mom for her appointment. And I love you guys. Come tomorrow. Our beautiful senior children ambassador is going to be speaking tomorrow. Miss Pavni Verman. Come and listen to her. She is a role model. And
Yes.
we want our children to copy. We really need our children to copy from there. And we have Bimal Patel is here. Oh my goodness, some people are just okay. Let me go and let me see if I can turn on the international anthem. My son would then turn everything off. Okay.
Okay.
Mom, the man's here.
Okay.
Okay, Esther,
Oh,
can you play that?
okay. You
Mom.
made it. All right. You sound
Okay.
okay.
Okay, my son will then close it out. Okay, in about 2-3 minutes.
Mom, you in the bathroom.
Bye bye, guys. I
Bye
love
bye.
you.
Bye bye. Travel safely, please.
Yeah, thank you.
Mom.
She's in the bathroom, so what?
What are you open the door and let
Welcome,
me
Sister Esther.
All right,
Okay.
since he's there, monitor him, please.
in? Me. You need to
Okay.
go into the bathroom.
No, just stay in the parlor. Okay.
Sister Esther, I did hear it. So where's it gone?
Did she tell you how to pick it up?
No, she's not. She's gone. You have to pick it up yourself.
So how are we going to do it? The song is playing.
Well, did you turn the sound on? Because I heard it a while ago. So where is it now?
Yeah, the sound is going on.
Yeah.
They should have shown you where to.
She should have picked it up before she left, but now she's gone. So she said Al will come and turn. Sister
Yes.
Mundih, pick up
Yes.
the sound, please. Pick up the sound.
Pick it up. Pick
Oh.
up the song.
Okay. I'm sorry.
That's okay. Thank you. All right. Bye bye.
Bringing hope, shining the light. We're a nation, we are rising with one love, with one hope, bringing solution, lifting up humanity. Let's rise high, standing tall, hand in hand. We are the unicorn, we are the stars.
in it to win it.
Indeed.
Thank you, everyone.
Yes.
Yvonne, are you going to conclude?
I did already make the
Sorry?
last. I think I did already close the. Oh, you just want to say goodbye to everybody, and then you will close it out, because I think she said Al would do it. But can you do it, sister? Can you end the session? Because I don't have that kind of privilege, so I don't know. Where are you? Okay, Sister Esther. All right, everyone. Thank you so much for coming. This is not a very smooth ending, but we really appreciate you. So have a good rest of your afternoon, and we will see you again tomorrow, God willing. Have a very, very, very pleasant rest of the week, and God bless you. Bye-bye, everyone.